Hello you guys and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is KAILEN and I post workouts over on Instagram and TikTok. Today we have another dfyne launch to review. dfyne has been going absolutely crazy with the launches this year and I can't complain. They've launched so much good stuff. And today I will be reviewing Hannah Pearson's brand new collection. And you guys, there is so much new stuff that is launching and some of these pieces I'm super excited about. So I'm very excited to show you guys. This launch is happening on Thursday, August 14th at 6 a.m. CST. So it is an earlier launch time. If you are shopping, you can use code KAILEN. It saves you 10% and it supports me. I appreciate every single one of you that uses my code. It's because of you guys that I have this opportunity. So thank you guys. Please DM me over on Instagram if you do use my code because I do a monthly giveaway. So DM me and I'll enter you to win a $100 dfyne gift card. Now let's get to this video because we have a lot to cover. So there's a lot of stuff that is launching. There's 2 new sports bras, 2 full-length tops, shorts, leggings, and flares. dfyne has never done flares before. I am so excited for these. There's also 6 colors that are launching, but not every piece is coming in every color. So I'll put up a little PDF so you guys can see what is launching and what. So this is the first new color. This one is called chestnut. This one is a rich chocolate brown. This color is only coming in 3 pieces. So it's coming in the flares, the new halter top, and the new minimal top as well. So there's no sports bras in this color. So my favorite things from this collection are the new full-length tops. So this is the new halter top. The material on these tops is insane. It is so buttery soft and smooth. I wish you guys could feel it. dfyne has never launched anything this soft. I would say the closest thing would be the Origin tops, but these ones are way softer. I'm wearing this in an extra small. That is the same size that I wear in all impact and dynamic tops, so I would say that the sizing is consistent to those collections. This one is a halter, so it does have an open back, which I love a good open back top, so that is one of the reasons why I love this top. An open back is just so flattering. And then in the front, it is more open, so it is low support with minimal coverage, but I still feel supported in this. I'm a 32C, so I don't have the biggest chest size, but I would definitely feel comfortable working out in this. Like, I don't feel like anything's gonna fall out. So here's a little close-up. So it has the dfyne logo here, and then it has like a deep V in the front, but it doesn't come down too low, so I do still feel supported in this. And then it does bunch up a little bit. I get that in all dfyne tops. I'm only 5'3", so I'm on the shorter side. So most dfyne tops do bunch up on me like this, but I don't really mind it. Like, it's not the most noticeable. And then this is what it looks like in the back. The fit of this top is very comfortable. The strap is not digging into my neck. It's not digging in on the sides anywhere. So this is a very comfortable fit. So this is definitely something that I would recommend from this collection, especially if you've been waiting for some long line tops. In the past 2 launches, dfyne did a crop top and just sports bras. So I know a lot of you have been waiting for some more full-length tops. So this is definitely something I would recommend. Next, I'm going to talk about the flares. I feel like that is why most of you are here, but I'm going to put on a sports bra so you can actually see what the flares look like. But this is what the flares look like if you wear it with a full-length top. So you do kind of get a double logo situation happening here. I keep trying to pull my top down, but it does keep coming up. So that is just one thing to be mindful of. If you're wearing it with a top that has a logo at the bottom, you will kind of have 2 logos standing on top of each other, but I don't think it looks bad. So this is the new minimal bra in oat, and these are the flares. So I got these in an extra small. That is the same size that I wear in all dfyne shorts and dfyne leggings, but I will say that the flares run smaller. So extra small in the flares does fit tighter than extra small in the shorts and the leggings. I like how it fits in the waistband. Like, I do still have some stretch and some extra room here, so it's not digging in at my waist, but it is fairly tight in my quads and on my legs, and they were quite difficult to get on. Like, I really had to pull them up. So I would honestly recommend sizing up in the flares. I think it would just be a more comfortable fit. The material of the flares is very similar to the minimal top and the halter top, so it's a very soft, sleek, buttery material. They are so comfortable. They feel like you're not wearing anything. So I love the material of these. It is just, I wish you guys could feel it. It is so soft. I would say that they are low to mid rise. So I'm 5'3", and this is where they hit on me. So it hits right below my belly button. And then in the back, it is still low to mid rise. In some dfyne shorts and leggings, they come up higher in the back. These ones stay lower. So it does feel more low rise than your typical dfyne shorts and leggings. And these don't have a scrunch, but they do have a very deep V seam. dfyne doesn't have anything that goes as low as this, so it is very flattering without having a scrunch, but it is quite low. So I think if you don't like things that are low rise, you would not like these because it does feel low rise. Like the seam comes down quite far and you can't really pull them up. Like I keep trying to pull them up because I do like my leggings, or not my leggings, but I like things that are more mid-rise. So I do find myself trying to pull these up, but this is about as high as they go. So that is also why I would recommend sizing up. I think that a size small, I would be able to pull it up a little bit more and it would just be a more comfortable fit. However, if you like things that are compressive and you like a low rise fit, then I would stick with your normal size. But if you want something that's more mid-rise and a little bit more comfortable, then I would size up. So now we're going to talk about the length. So these are coming in regular and tall. I'm 5'3", I got the regular length. dfyne has a regular and tall length of the cargo joggers. I got a regular length in those as well, and they are on the floor on me. The regular length in the flares is not as long as the cargo joggers, so I don't know if these are going to be tall girl friendly. I'm only 5'3", and the regular length is like the perfect length for me, but I'm short, so usually things are on the floor for me, but this is like a very comfortable length. I like where it hits. I would not want it to be any shorter. So if you're trying to decide what length to get, if you're taller than 5'5", I would probably go with the tall length because I'm 5'3", regular length is perfect on me. So I think if you're 5'5" and below, I would get the regular length. If you're taller than 5'5", I would go for the tall length. Now, if you're super tall, like I think if you're taller than 5'10", I don't know if the tall length is going to work for you. I think it would be too short. So even though these have the tall length, I don't think they're tall girl friendly, unfortunately. So yeah, that's just, but again, I don't know because I'm 5'3", I'm wearing the regular length. I don't know how tall the tall length is, but just based off of the ones that I'm wearing, I don't see them being very long. So this next new color is called Cove. This one is a mix of blue and purple. I would say that it's more blue, but I really like this color. I think this one is my favorite from this launch. There's just something about this shade of blue. I think it's very flattering. So this is the new halter bra. I love the bras in this collection as well. They are right up my alley. It is so minimal in the back. You guys know I love anything open back, and these are so minimal. Like, they are so flattering. So I really love the design of these. It's very similar to the Impact Strappy bra in the back. I will do a side-by-side comparison so you guys can see, but the back of this bra definitely reminds me of the Strappy bra. And then the front is very similar to the halter top. It's basically the top of that top without the rest of it. So it's a very similar design, just the sports bra version of it. I'm wearing this in a size small. That is the size that I wear in all dfyne sports bras, and I would say that it's very true to size, so it feels like a size small should. The material of this is the same as the material of the flares and of the top, so it's very buttery soft and smooth. It's super comfortable. It's not a thick, compressive material. It's very soft and sleek. I wish I was better at describing what things feel like, but it's super comfortable. I'll come up closer so you guys can see what it looks like up close, but I do really love this. I definitely recommend, especially if you love something that's very minimal and has the open back, I think you would love this. Because it is so minimal, it is on the low support side, but again, I'm a 32C, I don't need a lot of support, so I do prefer my sports bras to be more minimal and on the low support side, but if you're looking for something that's going to be super supportive, then I would not go for this bra. So now we're going to talk about the new shorts. So these are the Hannah Pearson shorts. I'm wearing them in a size extra small. That is the size that I wear in all dfyne shorts, and I like how extra small fits in these. These shorts are the most similar to Impact, but they're not as tight or compressive, so they do have more stretch. They also have a different waistband. So Impact has a 3-tiered waistband. This one doesn't have that. It just has the same material from top to bottom here. These shorts are mid-rise, so it hits right at my belly button. It's very similar to the rise of Impact. The material of these shorts is different than the material of the flares and the tops. So this is more of the stiff, compressive material, most similar to Impact, I would say. It's not exactly the same as Impact because Impact is more compressive and tighter, but it is still that stiff, compressive material. So it's not a soft, sleek material. And then in the back, these have the same scrunch as Impact. Like, I'll show you guys a side by side. They are identical. But because these ones are not as tight as Impact, I don't think they give the same lift. They also have some extra material, so I don't know if you can see it in this color, but in some of the other colors, I have some material bunching up at the top of my glutes. So I don't necessarily love that about these shorts, is that some of the colors have some extra material, but I don't think I'm getting that in the blue. So overall, I do think these shorts are very flattering. They're comfortable, they're cute, the colors are nice, but I would still reach for impact and vision over these shorts just because impact lifts my glutes that much more, and I love how compressive and tight the fit is. I also love the new vision shorts. They are super comfortable, super flattering. So even though these ones are really nice, I wouldn't reach for them over vision or impact. And I will do a side-by-side comparison so you guys can see the differences. I almost forgot to show you guys the length of these shorts. So this is how I like to wear them. I scrunch up all my shorts to make them a little bit shorter. I find that that helps to give your glutes a bit of a lift, but I'll show you what they look like if you don't scrunch them up. So if I don't scrunch them up, this is how long they are. So they do have quite a bit of length to them. I would say that they're a little bit longer than impact and vision, but not quite as long as dynamic. So you could definitely wear them like this, but I just prefer to scrunch them up a little bit. I just think it lifts your glutes a little bit more. And then it stops them from rolling if you already scrunch it up. So I just prefer to wear it that way. So here's the new minimal sports bra. I'm wearing this one in a size small, and I would say that it's a true to size fit. Just like the halter, it is low coverage and minimal support, but I like the way it fits and I like the way it looks. I do think that it's more supportive than the Origin minimal bras. I'll also do a comparison of those so you guys can see, but I would definitely feel comfortable working out in this. I don't feel like I'm gonna fall out of it if I'm doing like a bent over row or an RDL. So even though it's low support and minimal coverage, I do still feel supported enough to work out in this. And I love the back. The back of this one is so flattering to me. I love that it gets really small here, like it's just a small little band that goes across, and then you have two thicker bands on the side. I feel like this shapes your back so well, so I love the design of this one. I think Hannah really nailed the bras in this collection and the tops. They are so flattering. They are exactly the type of tops and bras that I like to wear, so I do really love these. If I had to choose between this one and the halter bra, I honestly don't know which one I would choose. I think I like the front of the halter bra better, but I love the back of this one. It is just so flattering to me, so I'm honestly 50-50 between this one and the halter. If you're trying to decide, I would just go for the one you think looks cuter, but they're both super cute in my opinion. Also, my dog is eating his food, so if you hear some weird noises, that's probably him. So here's a little close-up of this one. So it does have some ruching in the front, and it also comes down quite far, just like the halter. And then here's a close-up of the back. So it just has a thin little band here, but it's super comfortable. Like, it's not digging in anywhere. I'm not spilling out the sides of this one, so I do love this one. So now we're going to talk about the leggings. I got these in a size extra small. That is the same size that I wear in all dfyne leggings, and I would say that they are true to size. To me, they are most similar to Impact, just like the shorts. These remind me of the Impact leggings. They don't have a 3-tiered waistband, so just like the shorts, it is the same material from here up to the top. They are also mid-rise, so it hits right at my belly button. And then the scrunch is the exact same scrunch as Impact, but just like the shorts, they are a bit stretchier and not as compressive as Impact. So even though it has the underglute compression, it doesn't give your glutes the same lift, but I honestly think I like these ones better than the Impact leggings. I love when my shorts are super tight and compressive, but when it comes to leggings, I prefer my leggings to be stretchier or more comfortable. So I like that these are stretchier than Impact, so I do see myself reaching for these more than the Impact leggings. The dfyne leggings are still my favorite, but I do really like how these are fitting. I'm also not getting that same same extra material that I got in the shorts. So there's just something about the shorts that the fit is a little off for me, but I do really like how the leggings fit. So if you've been looking to try some new leggings from dfyne, I would definitely recommend giving these a try. Now, with all that being said, I am not a leggings person. I rarely wear leggings, so I honestly don't know if I'm the best person to be giving recommendations about leggings, but I do really like how these ones fit. As for the length, they hit here on me, so they're the perfect length for me, but I am short, so the length is very similar to pretty much all leggings that dfyne has, so they're not the most tall girl friendly. So here's what the leggings look like if you wear it with one of the full-length tops. I feel very snatched in this. It's giving like a bodysuit effect. I'll just give you guys a quick 360 in this, and then I'll do the color comparisons. But I definitely think this is my favorite color of this collection, but there are a lot of cute colors in this one. So for the color comparisons, I grabbed a lot of the blue shades, and then I also grabbed some purple just to compare. So this is ultraviolet in the Impact collection. This is dark indigo in the Impact collection. This is grape in the Impact collection. This is lilac in the Impact collection. I think these two would be really cute together. This is marine blue in the Dynamic collection. I think that these two are the most similar, but marine blue is definitely more blue. This is electric blue in the Impact collection. This is cobalt in the Vision collection. This is enchanted blue in the Dynamic collection. This is ice in the Defy collection. This is sky blue in the Dynamic collection. And this one is silver, and this one is deep sea, both in the Impact collection. And then for the neutrals, this one is lunar rock in the Impact collection. This one is ivory, and this one is black, both in the Impact collection. So here is the next color. This one is called quartz. This one is a very light neutral pink. It might look white on camera, but it's a very light shade of pink. It kind of gives off ballerina vibes. I do really like this one. I think it's very pretty. This is probably my second favorite color of this collection. Because this color is so light, it is see-through, so I wouldn't wear it with something dark underneath. And because this color is so light, I don't know if you can tell on camera, but it is sheer here. So it's coming across a different color than the shorts. So even though these are both the same color, they do look a little bit different. And the material is also different. So sometimes I find if the material is different, even if it's the same color, it's not 100% the same. But you could definitely still wear these together. Like, it's very close. It's just not 100% the same, but it looks very similar. So this is the minimal top. I'm wearing this in an extra small, and I would say that the size is consistent to the Impact and Dynamic collection. So whatever size you wear in those tops, I would get in this one. This top is the most similar to the Origin minimal tops. I don't actually have those ones, so I can't compare, but I do prefer the style of this one because it's not as open in the front. So even though it's low support and has minimal coverage here, I would still feel comfortable wearing this in the gym. I don't feel like anything's gonna pop out. I could bend over in this, I could do shoulder press, and I feel supported in this. So even though it's very open, I do like how it fits. And just like the halter top, this top is basically the new minimal bra. So from this part up, it's the same as the minimal bra. And then in the back, it's a little different because the minimal bra had a thin strap that goes across the back. Because this one is a top, it just becomes the top here. But the straps on the side are the same. And this top is the same lightweight buttery material as the halter top, the flares, and the other sports bras. So it's super soft, super comfortable. I really like how this one feels. So I also would recommend getting this top. I do think I prefer the look of the halter top better than this one. So the bras, I was 50-50, but I do prefer the halter top over this one. But I do still think this one is very flattering. Like, I'm very excited to wear this one. I think it'll be super flattering on a leg day or an upper body day. Pretty much any day. Anything with an open back is just a flattering fit. So here's the halter top in quartz. I'm trying to decide if I like this one better than the impact strappy top or the impact halter top, and I honestly can't decide. Like, I love the impact halter top and strappy tops. Those ones have been a favorite top of mine for a while, but I do really love this new Hannah Pearson collection. I love how the material of this top is super soft and buttery. It is so much more comfortable than the impact tops. The impact tops are comfortable, but this one is just so much softer, so it just feels so comfortable when you have it on. And I think these tops are super flattering, so I honestly can't decide which tops I like the best. If you're trying to decide which one to get, I would honestly go for the color that you like best, because all three are honestly a great option. So here's the halter bra in quartz. I love how light the shade of pink is. I think it'll be really easy to mix and match with a lot of the other colors that dfyne has. And I wanted to show you guys the back of the shorts in this one. This is one of the colors where I'm getting a lot of the extra material at the top. I don't know if you'll be able to see it because this color is so light, but right here, it's kind of bunching up. So I didn't really get that in the cove color. But for some reason in this quartz color, I have some extra material at the top of my glutes. So I'm not really sure what that's about. I don't get that in impact. I don't get that in vision. So this is the first time that I'm really seeing that. And I wear extra small in all shorts. So there's just something about this collection that's a bit stretchier, and there's some extra material, I guess. So it does bunch up a little bit here. I'm honestly not the biggest fan of that. So that is why I would still prefer to wear impact in vision. It's obviously not the biggest deal, but I would just prefer to wear something that is more fitted and doesn't have the extra material at the top. So here are the leggings in quartz. So even though this color is super light and see-through, I would still wear it in the gym. So it's not to the point where I wouldn't wear it. And unlike the shorts, I'm not getting that extra material bunching up at the top of my glutes. So that seems to only be an issue for the shorts. So even though I'm usually a shorts person, I do prefer the leggings for this collection just because they fit me a little bit better, and I love how comfortable and stretchy they are. And I don't get that extra material bunching up at the top of my glutes, so I do really like these. So for the color comparisons, this is light rose pink in the impact collection. These two are the most similar, but the new quartz color is definitely a lot lighter and it's not as pink. This is blush in the Laney collection. This is flamingo pink in the Ignite collection. This is Blossom in the Impact collection. This is Bright Fuchsia in the Impact collection. This is Hibiscus in the Vision collection. And this one is Orchid and this one is Rosa Pink, both in the Dynamic collection. And then for the neutrals, this is Ivory in the Impact collection. So this is what quartz looks like next to white. And this one is Black and this one is Lunar Rock, both in the Impact collection. So this next color is called Aloe. This one is a very light shade of green. And just like with quartz, because the top and the shorts are a different material, the colors don't match perfectly. The shorts are a bit more of a vibrant color. I don't know if you'll be able to tell on camera, but in person, they are not 100% the same. It's still very similar, but they don't match 100%, so I just wanted to let you guys know. And here's what the shorts in Aloe look like. I'm not getting that same material bunching up that I was in quartz, so it might just be the pink color that has some extra material, because this color is also very light, but I'm not getting that same material bunching up at the top here. So I do prefer the way these ones are fitting. And even though this color is very light, I'm not finding it to be see-through. So it's only the quartz color so far that has been see-through, but I don't think this one is see-through. So at least for me, I don't have any issues with it. So here's the minimal bra and the leggings in Aloe. Just like with the tops, because the sports bra and the leggings are a different material, the colors don't match 100%. It's not as noticeable in the sports bra because it's less material, but They're not 100% the same. If you are very picky about your colors matching, then I maybe wouldn't go for a full set in this one because they don't match 100%. I hope the camera is picking up on that. Otherwise, I'm just gonna sound crazy, but I swear they don't match perfectly. I'll just give you guys a quick 360 in this one. So for the color comparisons, this is Eucalyptus in the Motion collection. This is Palm Green in the Impact collection. This is Meadow in the Defy collection. This is Pistachio in the Impact collection. This is Olive Green in the Dynamic collection. This is Neon Lime in the Impact collection. This is Ivory in the Impact collection. And this one is Lunar Rock and this one is Black, both in the Impact collection. So here's the next color. This one is called Oat. I love that dfyne is finally giving us some more brown shades. The size and the fit of this color is very consistent with the other colors, and just like with the quartz shorts, I am getting some extra material bunching up on these ones right here. So I don't know if you guys can see that on camera. It's not as much as I was in quartz. So far, the quartz color had the most extra material and bunching at the top. This one is just a little bit. So here's the minimal top and the flares in Oat. So this is what the flares look like if you wear it with a minimal top. So just like with the halter top, you do get a bit of the double logo happening at the bottom. And then here's what the back of the flares in Oat look like. So just like Chestnut, it has the very deep V seam, and they are the same mid to low rise waistband. The fit is very similar to Chestnut, so I would honestly recommend sizing up in these. I just think a size small would fit me more comfortably, but I can squeeze into the extra small, so you could stick with your normal size, but I think sizing up would be better. So for the color comparisons, this is Feather Beige in the Impact collection. This is Mocha in the Dynamic collection. This is Hazel in the Origin collection. This is Cocoa in the Dynamic collection. This is Umber in the Vision collection. This is Dove in the Vision collection. This is Truffle in the Impact collection. This is Black in the Impact collection. And this is Lunar Rock and this is Ivory, both in the Impact collection. And the final color for this collection is Black. So just like Chestnut, Black is only coming in the flares, the halter top, and the minimal top, so there are no sports bras. So I'm wearing the flares with the Dynamic Twist bra. So the black color in the Hannah Pearson collection matches the black color in the other collection, so you can definitely mix and match. So here are the flares in black. I find that the size is very consistent with Oat and Chestnut. So just because these ones are black, they don't fit any tighter. I would still prefer size small in the flares. So extra small is just a little too tight, but that is consistent with the other colors. I am very excited to size up in these. I'm very excited to wear them. I've never had flares before, so I think they're very fun, and I'm very excited to wear them. I don't know if I'll wear them in the gym. Like, I don't know if this is my gym style, but I do like how they look. So here is the full set in black. I feel absolutely snatched in this. You just can't go wrong with an all black fit. It is just such a staple, especially on those days where you're not as confident. Like, you put something like this on and it just makes you feel good. So I definitely recommend getting the halter top or the minimal top in black. I'll just give you guys a quick 360 in this. And then that pretty much brings us to the end of this video. I'm sorry that I wasn't able to try on all of the pieces. There's just way too much new stuff that is launching. This video would have taken me forever. But yeah, that brings us to the end of today's video. Hopefully you guys found this helpful, and thank you so much for watching and for your continued support. I know I say it all the time, but I truly do appreciate every single one of you who uses my code. If you have any other questions, please DM me over on Instagram, and I'll see you in the next one.